What's going on, guys? Today I have a pretty cool thing. I have to unbox a couple of things, some car parts, and later I'll probably be hanging out with the guys, and I also got to fix my brake caliper. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. This one, not a car part, but something pretty cool. Got some AirPods, pretty hyped on these. We'll go into depth later. These bad boys are wheels. They're Work VSXX, imported straight from Japan using jdmbuyer.com. Basically, you bid and they'll use a bidding process to where you can actually import your own Japanese parts. They have aero, suspension, wheels, stuff like that, but you can get them for pretty cheap. Highly recommend them. It took a while to come in and they're finally here, so let's go ahead and unbox them. So I just want to show you guys how it's boxed here. Obviously, you can see some Japanese writing there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and, how do we get these out? Guess we're gonna have to grab them and then cut all the tape. So obviously I got these two out. Let's go ahead and pull this one out. I'm like barely in the frame, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open these bad boys up and show you what they look like. Now, just warn you guys, they're going to be in kind of rough shape. I have a lot of work to do on them. I need to basically rebuild them and refinish them and polish them all out. So that's kind of the whole point, is I wanted to make a YouTube series on rebuilding three-piece wheels. So these are definitely going to be rough, but you guys need to wait and see because there's going to be some sick stuff happening with these. Without further ado, I might as well. These things are packaged pretty well. It's like tape and cardboard everywhere. Boom. That's it. I think we can fix all of it. That's a piece of paint. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what all we have. So obviously we have some Work VSXXs straight from Japan, and they're going to need a lot of work.
Several bad puns later.
So as you can see, there's a lot of curb rash along here. That's something you can just kind of sand down and polish out. The paint on the faces is really bad, like it's scuffed in a couple places. There's no cracks or bends, which is really good, but the paint is kind of chipping and, well, not kind of, it straight up is. Like here, you can see this paint is bubbling up. I'm sure, yeah. That easy. So obviously these are in pretty rough condition. We're gonna need to do a lot. We're gonna need to take them fully apart. So we have to break the seal and break the face off. And then we need to polish all the lips, get all of that old rust and stuff out of there. And then re-powder coat the faces, polish it all up, clean it all up, and then rebuild the entire wheel. So I'm gonna make a video on each step or just throw them all into one, I don't know yet. But I'm gonna have a local guy powder coat them, but my friend and I, or myself, we're just gonna go ahead and take it all apart and rebuild it and basically refinish these entire wheels so that way they look pristine again. So the main reason why I want to show you guys these in their current condition is because they were super cheap to buy on jdmbuyer.com. Link down below to check out their auctions. All you got to do is just convert yen to USD and you'll see what our prices are. There's obviously a commission and shipping fee. It's all relatively cheap, and you too could own some three-piece wheels, because those are one piece, these are three-piece, so you can rebuild these. So that's the benefit of three-piece wheels. Really what you want to make sure is that they're not cracked, they're not bent or anything like that, because those are things you can't repair. But as far as colors, paint, curbing a little bit, you can always replace a lip, you can always repaint them. What's funny is that these aren't even my bolt pattern. I got these literally because I wanted to make the video for you guys, and at the end I'll probably sell them and maybe we'll find a new project. But I'm really happy to be working with JD & Buyer on this one, and it was pretty easy to buy these. It just took a little while, obviously, because it had to come from Japan. Just in case you guys were wondering about the specs, these are 18 by 9.5 and 18 by 8.5. So they are staggered, or I guess that's the 9.5, this is the 8.5. So they are staggered, and they are real VSXX, and they have all 4 center caps, which is important because those are pretty hard to find. You can find them, but they're still pretty hard. And everything's looking good so far. Next, what I need to do is I need to go to O'Reilly's, pick up my caliper that I have ordered because that is still dragging. And I also need to build a little bottle bleeder so I can do that. And then I gotta change my caliper, and hopefully that fixes it, because we've tried rebuilding, we've tried doing all of that, and it's definitely just the caliper. I'm just gonna replace the entire caliper and be done.
5 minutes later.
So just hopped out of O'Reilly's. Got the caliper right here. Let's make sure that's the right one. That's it. Got my new caliper. Hopefully this fixes everything. Also, this is different, so Definitely a little bit different of a brand or something, but it should all work. Everything looks about the same. So we're back at the house. I got everything I need to start on my brakes. I got the bottle, I got some tubing and all that so I could build the one-man bleeder. Shout out to Chris Fix. I'll put a link in that in the description. So yeah, I'm gonna start lifting it. I'm not gonna show too much. You guys already know pretty much how to do my brakes. I'm just gonna fix it and see if it works. And then hopefully I get to hang out with the guys tonight and maybe wash my car. It's been super dirty just because of the rain and dust and pollen and all that. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and change and start to build the little one-man bleeder and then get this brake all done. Now that I've changed and I'm ready to go for the replacement of my brake caliper, I just want to show you guys something real quick. I just want to give a quick shout out to Blake because he told me about this and then I would have had to have a vacuum bleeder, but I just built my own self bleeder. So what I'll do is I'll put a zip tie on here, put it on the nipple of the new caliper, and then when I bleed it, I can just be here by myself and it'll catch it all. You just want to make sure this tube is down in some brake fluid so that way you're not sucking up any air. And since it's like this, we're all good to go.
Thousands of tears later.
It wouldn't be a night of working on cars if you didn't run into some kind of a problem. So my problem is the new bracket that my caliper has in the new kit. It's actually a little bit too out. So what that means is the brake pad does not want to slide on the bracket. So that means I have to kind of shave it down and I don't have anything strong enough. So I have to go buy a metal file so that way I can freaking grind this thing down and that way the brake pad has free travel and it can just move freely back and forth so that way it can compress and then uncompress itself so that way it doesn't drag anymore. So that kind of sucks, but at the same time it's kind of normal. So what I'm gonna do is head on over to Walmart and grab a freaking metal file.
Much later.
What's going on, guys? It's actually the next day, and yes, I have two of these shirts. I changed shirts. Anyways, got the caliper fixed, and it was a simple thing. I just needed to go to Walmart, grab the metal file, shave it down a little bit, and boom, the brake pad was able to slide right onto the caliper bracket and it was no problem. Next thing I did was I swapped it all over and plugged in the brake line, took it for a test drive. On the test drive I didn't hear any weird noises, everything felt fine, and actually the brakes felt a little bit stiffer, and I noticed that my e-brake now had to go all the way up just to, well, now it's just going all the way up. It didn't even stop my car, like whenever I'm on a hill. What that tells me is that caliper was really messed up and I'm glad that I changed it because that could have been really dangerous. I have another package that came in and this one is actually a package that's a car part for a friend of mine. She has a 2017, I think, Mustang V6. It is a manual, but it is still a V6. We still give her crap about that. Cool thing is that hers is supercharged, so it's pro charged. It's pretty sweet, but the thing is that she doesn't have the big nav screen in the middle, so that way her backup camera is really tiny. So this company, Sakane, I don't know, link in the description, but however you say it, they hooked it up and they sent a head unit. So we're going to go ahead and install this. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there because there is a bit of custom work, so she's gonna work with her father on that one. I'll go ahead and unbox it so that way you guys can see what's in there, and then we'll get pictures from her as she's installing it, and I'll do a follow-up video of it actually installed. Boom. Oh shoot. I'm gonna grab this because I need two hands. Now this is out. Let's go ahead and check this out. So this should replace the entire bezel. Boom, warranty stuff. That's the company right there. Looks like I'm gonna need two hands again, so be right back. Here it is. This is the new screen. It's Android. I'll have the exact link to this screen in the description, but it's pretty big. I mean, I think hers is maybe this big, and this one's a full HD touchscreen. Like I said, it does have the full surround and everything like that, which there has to be a little bit of custom work done. So for that, they sent out a couple of things. So they sent out a soldering iron, one of these, which I don't know what this is, and the surround backing, and a couple other things. So to me, this looks like it's the brain of the unit, and this looks like it's just the screen and bezel. These are just kind of the accessories and connectors. So I'll make sure to link Sam down in the description below, and you guys can follow her and check out her build. It's pretty sick. So like I said, Sam has to do a little bit of custom work to get it to work in her car because she does have the reverse camera and she does want to keep using that. Since I won't be there, I'll have her take photos and I can overlay those later in the video where I'll go more in depth on how it is to use it, her review of it, and the whole steps she took to make it work in her car. You guys will definitely want to subscribe and watch that video because it will be pretty sweet, and it's something that I think every Mustang that's not a premium that has the big nav screen should do. Pretty stoked because I now have some 3-piece wheels that we're gonna build, and I also have this head unit video that we're gonna do, and I got my brakes fixed. I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, that's super safe now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I'm gonna go ahead and shower, head over to Brandon's house, and start on a new video, so you guys will see that at a later time, or if it's already up, then I'll just link it up with the little eye in one of these corners. But like I said, that's gonna wrap it up, so comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.